Joining me today is DarkWorldOrder, double Golden Gnome nominee in 2019 and winner of the Best New Runescape Video Maker. He's well known for having moved from Old School over to RS3, and he's recently been putting in the hours on his Ironman account. That's had some pretty crazy luck. We all know Ironmen do have a separate drop rate, right?
Oh my fucking god.
Today, we'll be discussing the recent launch of Archaeology, his history in RuneScape, and covering how his content creation journey is going. This interview was the first to be live streamed over at twitch.tv/RSCC interviews, and because of that, we were able to do a special Q&A at the end of the main interview, where we took questions from Twitch chat, and we got some interesting answers, and some random questions as well. So join me as I head into the mind of Dark World Order.
Why is this helmet so fucking big?
Welcome, Dark World Order, DWO. How are you doing today?
Hello. You can call me, like, it's a bit of a tongue twister to say Dark World Order. Some people have called me DWO, Dark, or just J, whatever's easiest.
J is probably easier. To be honest, an actual name.
Yeah, better than trying to say that every time. I see so many people stumble, especially when I go in Twitch streams. They're like, Dark World Order. It's just a thick name.
I mean, DWO is alright, I suppose, like NWO.
Yeah.
So how did you first start getting into RuneScape?
Well, that was a long time ago. So I'm nearly 28. I started playing RuneScape when I was 11. So it was because everyone at school played it. I think a lot of people probably got into it the same way. So I went to school, and then other people were like, oh, yo, do you know about this game and stuff? And I never had a computer. My mum was always quite funny with computers and stuff. Didn't trust them, think everyone's going to hack you. But then eventually got one. So I started playing because everyone at school did. Didn't really do much. Just walked around having weddings, getting scammed. Usual stuff you do when you're 11.
Baited into the wilderness.
Yeah, took to the Black Wizards.
So where did the username come from, the Dark World Order?
Oh, so when I played before quitting, originally, like I quit around EOC, like most people did. Around that time, I had a clan, and at the time, I think it was when everyone was like into conspiracies. So I think my clan was called Illuminati HQ or something stupid. And then we used the name tag NWO, which is actually a clan as well, a pretty well-known clan. But we all had that as our name tag when everyone used to have, something at the beginning of their name to signify. And then when Darkscape come out, I was like, I'm going to remake it. And then and I just called it Dark World Order instead of like, NWO New World Order. And then, yeah, because of Darkscape, and it just sort of stuck. That's where I started making videos and that. So I just kept the name of my clan. Yeah, and it's just stuck since.
And then, like, obviously you made your Ironman recently. How did you decide the name for that?
Oh, yeah, because so what I'm known for recently is trying RuneScape 3. So originally I did Darkscape content. I didn't start because I wanted to be a YouTuber or anything. I started because I wanted to get more people to play the game, because Jagex just wasn't promoting it. They sort of just made it and left it in the corner. So I started streaming, started doing YouTube, trying to get more people to try it. And then I moved to old, like, Deadman mode, because it was similar on Old School, because they kept that going. And then I did like Old School, and then I recently just was like, someone was like, yo, come try RS3. And at the time, my channel had like died out because I was relatively popular when I did Old School Hardcore Ironman. I was getting like 3,000 views a video, which was a lot at the time for the size of my channel. But then I went back, like, died on it. I got demotivated, and then I went back to work. So my channel was pretty quiet at the time. So I was like, screw it, I'll try RS3 and I'll just upload it and see what happens. And then, so it's like a more honest review of what I actually think. And one of the big things I didn't like was MTX and cosmetics as well. But then when I decided to give it another try, I realized Ironman sort of eliminates, the pay to win side. So yeah, that's why I'm playing Ironman now.
So in your time in both games, let's say, have you got a favourite boss in Old School and a favourite boss in RS3?
I wouldn't say I have a favourite in Old School. The one I probably did the most of, just by coincidence, was the crazy archaeologist, the wilderness boss. They don't have it in RS3. It just become iconic for me, because I did it a lot on my hardcore, which is in the wilderness. So a lot of people don't want to be doing it. But I really wanted a rune crossbow without having to fletch one. So I did a lot of it then. And I don't know, I just always found the boss quite charming. RS3, it has to be Ambassador, because I full revo everything. I don't rarely press buttons. I can't be asked to play with two hands. And Ambassador was the first boss that made me not have, like, I couldn't full revo it. And I actually needed to like half revo, use some thresholds and stuff. And I really like that about the boss, because most bosses, they say you shouldn't full revo, but you can. But Ambassador, you really can't if you want to do it well.
Because have you managed to kill all the bosses yet in RS3, or are you?
No, there's still a lot I haven't tried, so there could be a new favorite.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's definitely my favorite one so far.
I guess it depends on sort of how much you want to get into learning the combat and stuff, though, really. Because stuff like Telos, you need to understand like the stuns and everything like that. So it's
yeah, I don't want to go through them too quickly as well. So when I do a new boss, I always make sure I kill it at least 100 times. So I've got a bit of a feel for it. So I have like, I think 103 kill count on Ambassador ED3. So it's took me a bit longer. I could rush through and try them all. But I tried to make sure even the crap ones, like Chaos Ellie, I've got 2,600 something kill count. So I went so dry on the bloody pet. It was so long. I didn't want to give up though. But yeah, so I take my time at each boss. So I've still got things to look forward to.
I mean, what about Giant Mole? Surely not.
Yeah, I got the pet quite early, so I only did like 170. Got the drop log done and bounce, never going back. Skip the It's quite a good boss though. I think if you're starting out, it's probably the first boss. If you do bosses in like order and don't just boost ED3, but it's probably the first boss you want to try if you want to experience some mechanics the way they've set it up. So I definitely recommend Mole for anyone who's never done bossing.
So moving on from a favourite boss, this is a tricky question for you. You've already mentioned you're not really sure, but a favourite NPC.
Yeah, that's a hard one. It's like, yeah, I knew you'd end up asking that because I've seen you asking other things. There's a hard one. Like, I don't have anything that like stands out as iconic. I guess you could say just it's not really an NPC, but you know, like the Bob character, which is what every bot looks like on Old School. I'd say probably that. I know it's not an NPC, but it's just nostalgic because every like lazy person looked like that old bot, and just the memes around it, I guess I'd say.
And then what about quests? Are you much of a quester, or do you spacebar it?
If it's voiced over, it's one thing I've enjoyed about RS3. If it's voiced over, I'll listen. If it's like one of the older ones, I'll just spam through it. Normally because I've already done anything before 2007 at least like 20 times. Because of Deadman mode, you'd have to redo the quests every time. Can't count how many times I've done Monkey Madness trying to get a D skim to get ahead. But yeah, I definitely do enjoy the newer quests though. Don't spacebar them.
And then which would you say is your favourite skill to train? For now, we'll say excluding Archaeology, obviously because it's new, everyone's still getting into it. But
again, a hard one. I quite enjoy thieving. I don't know why. I like the lock picking. I don't know if that's just like a biased answer because it was like my first 99 on RS3. But it's just so easy and it's just relaxing until some fucker comes and kills you for no reason when you're doing the safes in the wilderness.
It is nice just seeing those constant ticks of like 2 XP though, every like tick.
It's just something relaxing about it. I could say the same about Archaeology, you know, like the tap, tap, tap. It's probably sending people mental by now. But like, you know, the cracking sound as well. I don't know, I just find it relaxing.
Yeah, the soundtrack for Archaeology. If you guys are all still playing without any sound on, for at least a bit, you should try it with sound on.
I haven't heard the music actually.
So
I'm gonna do that. I reckon like the Zami place probably have some good song. I didn't even think of that, but I normally just have sound effects on.
Yeah, no. Listen to the music. It's on Spotify as well. Like they've started to put some stuff on there, which is good.
I'll take your advice on that.
Yeah. So which was your first 99?
Thieving.
Wait, yeah, you just said that. Sorry.
We kind of got ahead on
that one. I'm just so used to go down the list, but you skipped it.
In Old School, it was fire making, just because, like, you know, Winter Todd. And before that, I never really... Well, you could say Darkscape, I had a few 99s. I never had any back in the day. I've always been, like, an all-round guy. But coming back to RS3, it was thieving. And then on Old School, it was, like, fire making, because Winter Todd's just OP.
And you're not...
Easy skill.
Are you maxed yet? I can't remember.
No.
No. What do you reckon your last skill is going to be? What's the most hated skill of yours at the moment?
That's hard because a lot of the hated ones are quite easy to get passively. So I would say Dungeoneering. I don't really like Dungeoneering. It's fun for about an hour, but then after that it's boring. But you get it like passively if you do ED3. I don't know. It'll probably end up being something stupid. Like I'll probably leave like an easy one and get like a couple at once. So yeah, I'm not sure, to be honest. We'll have to see. Got quite a way to go yet.
And obviously, how could we do an interview this week without talking about archaeology? How have you enjoyed the first couple of days of it?
It's slow. But so a lot of my critiques about RS3 have been how you get like boomed up really quick. Like I talk a lot about ED3 being too broken, that people can just start an account and get like base 80s in a day and stuff. And a lot of this, there's a lot of low level content that you just never experience because you blast past it so quick. So I could say archaeology is too slow, but at the same time, it's a good balance that actually gets you to experience all the different content at each level so far. But I'm only level 50 so far.
Yeah, and I'm 57, 58, something like that. So, but still kind of
take a long
level.
time.
It takes a while. There's a bit of a gap. There's a bit of a gap between 51 and 56 where not much new
I've
happens.
heard that from a few people. Yeah.
But there's still so much to like. Obviously, you've got all the collection logs to fill and all the info to learn.
That's what makes it interesting
mysteries.
for me. Definitely the logs, because I just find collecting stuff. Like I wish they had the collection log in RS3 that they have in Old School. They have just one book that has every unique in it. Yeah, so that's always something that appeals to me. It's like collecting. So that's the side of the skill I do like.
Yeah, I mean they started to add that sort of thing a little bit. I guess they added the Slayer log.
Yeah, I think they're trying to get it in the game. I think they are trying. They're just doing it in bits because there's so much. You'll probably get like a mini game log soon. And then eventually they'll combine it into one. I think that's what they're doing. I've heard.
So you came across to RS3 because a friend sort of mentioned. What would you say the best moments of your time in RS3 and then the worst time you've had are?
Best moments has to be the people I met. If I didn't have like my YouTube channel and I didn't have, like my friends chat, I probably would have quit ages ago. So that will lead on to the worst moments, which are some of the people I've met, some of the like elitist attitude and stuff. It's probably the downside.
I mean, I guess that's kind of natural to have for some people that have been playing this version of the game for 20 years. There will be people that sort of expect everyone to know 100%. Stuff. So
that's definitely a reason. I wouldn't say an excuse, but definitely a reason. Because when you know so much about a topic, it's so easy to like forget the little things that someone else would know and just think, yo, you should know this, you should know that. You know what I mean? And like when people were trying to help me learn like combat, they were like, no, you need this ability, that ability, and this ability, and you have to do it in that order. And I'm like, what ability? I don't even know the name of the bloody ability.
What does it look like?
What section's it in? Like, yeah, people just they don't have the patience when you know a lot. And obviously there's a lot of people who know a lot about this game who've been playing it for 20 years.
And there is a lot to learn as well. It's not like it's a simple
yes.
So
Dude, the learning experience with EOC was not enjoyable. But once you learn it, it's good. It's worth learning.
No, I'm very glad the wiki exists. And having it integrated into the game with the /wiki now, it's really nice as well.
Yeah, that's smart. I'm glad my friends chat exists. You help me sometimes when they're not like, yo, why are you not full manual for ticking? But yeah, definitely glad.
So what would you say the appeal for you for Old School is and the appeal for RS3 is? What would draw people to either game?
I think when EOC was dropped, it was terrible. It was done really badly. You didn't get Revo for like almost 2 years. You didn't get Legacy as an option for ages as well. So a lot of people don't even know that Revo's an option. They think you have to play full manual. The same as I did, the same as a lot of people who have watched me have been like, oh, I didn't know Revo was a thing. So I think where how badly it was done, that's the appeal for Old School. I think most people would have preferred 2012 RuneScape than Old School, but Old School's just like, well, it'll kind of do, you know what I mean? I think most people would have preferred just pre-OC, if they're honest. Obviously, some people probably prefer the one they played like when they were really young or when they first come across it. So I think the draw to Old School, that's definitely the draw. It's nostalgic. It's what you remember. There's a lot of things I don't like about RS3, which you don't see in Old School. But now there's obviously a lot of things I like in RS3 that are not in Old School. But that's definitely the draw for Old School. Is like the nostalgia, the knowing what you're doing. Some people like to know what they're doing. RS3 can be very complicated. I think the draw to RS3 is not knowing what you're doing. It's an adventure again. It's like the first time playing. I think where people are older, they want to know what they're doing. They want to be efficient and stuff. But if you remember, the original reason you started playing was because it was like a mystery. You didn't know everything. You didn't know the fast routes. You did all the boring stuff, and like you just hung around. That things people consider boring now. That was the fun, and RS3's kind of brought that magic back for me, not knowing everything.
So with your Iron Man, have you got a favourite moment in its short life so far?
Probably getting the Ruby pet, the runecrafting one. That was pretty cool. It's funny because I got it before as well, like the same place, around the same level. When I tried, because I have tried RS3 in the past as well, just didn't really do much with it, sort of gave up. But yeah, getting that pet's nice. I've always liked it.
And then obviously you've had some pretty insane Barrow's luck as well.
Yeah, that was nuts.
Yeah, if only you could sell those amulets.
Dude, yeah. Even when I got them, they was only like worth 500 because of Archaeology. They're worth like 20 mil each, I've heard.
Yeah,
so it makes it even better, the luck. It's like even more luckier. And the triple chest, I can't remember how rare that was, but yeah, dude, like it's either 1 in 50,000, 1 in 70,000. Never had a triple chest. I've had 2 doubles in the past. I've always been quite lucky, but that's pretty cool.
So what would you say, because obviously the way that everything's set up now, microtransactions are never going to disappear.
No, of course not.
What would you say the solution is? Have you got an
Play
idea?
Iron Man.
Okay, but no. Like, I mean, for Jagex, sorry. Like,
no, it is an actual solution. Do you know what talks? Money, right? So if we look at, is it Arcane Unchained? That was a game that was plagued with MTX, and then everyone just stopped playing it, so they re-released it without it. Money talks. If you don't like MTX, don't buy it. Simple. But sadly, there's always people that will buy it. So we just need to get as many people playing Iron Man as possible, and just hope they just don't start finding ways to target MTX at Iron Man. But as the kind of answer I know you want to hear is, what would an actual solution be? I can't, just cosmetics. Other games do it. So remove XP altogether, or even just remove lamps. Like bonus XP gets people to play the game. Just giving people lamps and shares.
Yeah, annoying. That's kind of my thought on it as well. It's not going to disappear, but if you can get rid of lamps, it stops people just skipping stuff.
And that's make people actually play.
Yeah,
I think it should just give cosmetics, but I don't think that's realistic. So yeah, at least just bonus XP and skill and outfits.
And not GP.
No GP. I know 3 people who have quit from winning 200 mil. They're just like, I'll transfer it to Old School. Go back.
So if we move to Runefest, how many of you managed to get to?
3. I've got 3 ducks on my shelf over there. You get a duck every time you go. Yeah, I've been to 3.
Got a favourite experience at any of them, or a favourite of the 3?
Probably the first one was definitely my favorite. It was in London, so like I don't like the new location. There's no signal inside, so if you're like a streamer, you can't just like stream inside, which is kind of annoying. And when it's finished, there's like you can go Weatherspoons for half hour, and then you have to go home. When it was in London, that was quite fun because we all went to the casino till like 5 a.m. after. Central London. There's loads to do, and yeah, that one, like loads of more bigger names turn up. So there was like Greek God there, Ice Poseidon. This year you didn't really get any of that, which was kind of annoying.
Have you got
I like the social aspect, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, just be able to chill out with all these people that you sort of
Yeah, it's
spoken
nice to
to
meet
online.
people.
And how was the whole the getting the golden gnome, and where did the story of that first start?
What do you mean the story?
So, did you ever set out with a goal to get a golden gnome?
Oh yeah. So I've done YouTube for like 4-5 years, I think. I'm not sure which. But the previous one, I was sat there and I was like, I'm gonna get up there next year. Like even if it's just to get nominated, I'm gonna do it. Didn't think I'd do it with RS3, but that's not why I come to RS3. But I was like, yeah, I'm gonna try. Hold up. It's not Corona, I swear. Got a bit of a cough. I was expecting to cough more this interview, so that's just the first one. But yeah, I was planning. I was like, I want to get up there, really want to, and I managed to do it with 2 nominations and a gnome. I was aiming for 1. I didn't expect the second nomination. I mean, I kind of thought I would get nominated for best newcomer just because of numbers. I had the most subs, I had the numbers advantage. But I didn't predict that I'd get nominated for best video as well. That was a bit of a shock.
So, and how was doing the acceptance speech? Have you ever done anything quite like that before, or?
Yeah, I've been on stage loads of times. Like I've done stand up for charity, for raise money for a hospice. That was quite an experience. I used to rap when I was younger, so I've been on stage. I've done rap battles. I've done like just performances on stage with lots of people watching. But that it'd been a few years, so I always get nervous. I was definitely nervous. I was pretty drunk as well. So that's the first thing I said when I went up. I was like, I shouldn't have drunk as much. I got there at like midday, 12 midday. No, the people I was expecting to meet there didn't turn up till, I don't know, like 4 or something. And I met some like random guys in the pub because I knew everyone will be there. End up getting drunk straight away because they were drinking, and then I didn't realize I'd be going up so late. I was like the second to last or something. It was like right at the end of the night. So by that point, I'd been drinking like 11 hours. I thought it'd help the nerves. It doesn't work, boys. Don't do it.
What they say is not true.
No, I was like, yeah, I'll drink. It'll make me less nervous. No, made it 10 times worse.
So, how do you balance like content creation with everything else in your life?
I don't. That's the answer. That is a constant battle and something I struggle with. We all need to just look at Micro and wonder how he does it.
Well, yeah, especially the last 48 hours.
Yeah, he's a good example of how to do it right. But that's something I always struggle with. I'm a very 100% kind of guy. When I do something, I go at it. So whether it's like going gym, I'll be going gym like twice a day, or if it's making videos, I'm making videos, and I just start neglecting everything else. I've definitely found I've got better at the last like 6 months. I make sure, I don't have to be racing everyone. I make sure I spend some time with my kids, spend some time with my girlfriend, spend some time actually going out and not letting it consume me. Because when you make videos, like people see this 10-minute video, not knowing it's took you 10 hours a day for 4 days to make it, or sometimes like 2 weeks of like day and night work to get that 10 minutes for them to see. It can quite take over your life.
I mean, we're stuck inside now, so there's not much else to do. Does help a little bit, yeah.
It's nice, yeah. I'm like, there's no excuse to get me away from work now.
So what do you normally do like outside of your time making your videos?
I spend a lot of time with my kids. We've got like an allotment. We go down there, which actually got broken into last night, which I'm pretty annoyed about. Yeah, that's a whole nother story. But I got an email this morning saying someone had broken in and robbed all the tools from all the sheds on the allotment. That's quite fun. It gives me an excuse to go out of the house because we don't have a garden in our house. I play a lot of other games as well. All kinds of stuff. Usually go gym when I'm allowed. And yeah, just parenting stuff as well.
So, how did you first start making videos? You said it was with Darkscape stuff.
Darkscape, yeah. So that was pretty much it. Like I made videos before that. I said I used to rap when I was younger, and all my friends rap. It was just sort of like what people did. Where I was from, it's quite normal. And I started wanting to make music videos. I got this guy let's go back a little bit more. I got this guy to make a music video for me, and he was using Sony Vegas, and I watched him make it after we recorded it, and I was like, that doesn't actually look that hard. So the next music video I made myself. So I learned by watching him, and then I started making music videos for my friends. There's actually a channel out there with 1,000 subs with my my music videos still on. I've took most of them down. That's how I got into editing, and then getting into actually transferring that skill to gaming was what I said earlier with Darkscape, trying to promote it.
So you're still using Sony Vegas now, or have you moved on?
Nah, Sony Vegas is like not needed for RuneScape videos unless you want to do something flashy. Like I find I can edit a lot quicker with Camtasia just because it's so simple. And over the years, I've actually figured out how to push it a lot harder, even though it is simple. I can do some like semi-flashy things. But if I had like a video where I wanted to do some high-tech stuff, I'd bring up Sony Vegas.
So have you got any tips for anyone new that wants to get into making videos or streaming as well? Because obviously you've been streaming as well recently.
Just do it is my first tip, because a lot of people overthink it. I would say there's a few ways of looking at it. I personally would say don't try too hard on your first video, because if you put like a lot of work into it and then it only gets 20 views because you don't have the subs yet, it can be quite demotivating. I think the best advice is probably what Will Smith says. Don't try and build a wall, lay a brick, and eventually you'll have a wall. If you think your videos like them bricks, just keep putting them up, and your sub count will grow and you'll get there. But yeah, the main thing, just do it. Just start. I was terrible when I started. It was so bad. But I got better with practice. Just don't give up. Keep going. And don't expect it to happen straight away. And another tip of something I've learned recently is try and be a bit niche. Try and do something someone's not doing. Before I come along, I don't think people would have predicted that someone could have come from old school in this day and age and have more success on RS3. It's usually the other way around. People are like, I've got to go old school because I need to make a living. I've seen a lot of people do that because they want to be able to, the dream of full time. Yeah, just do whatever you want as well. Don't do what you think people want to watch. People rather watch you have fun.
Yeah, it'll come across if you're doing something that people, I guess an important thing as well is make something that you want to watch.
Yes, that's definitely my number one tip. I told that to you as well before when we spoke previously, is do something you would watch. Like, don't make something that you wouldn't watch. Think, what do I enjoy watching? And make that.
So have you got favourite streamers and YouTubers that you watch yourself in your downtime?
What, any or like RuneScape?
Well, any.
I've been really enjoying PewDiePie lately because he's doing a Subnautica series. I don't watch him like all the time, but that series I'm really enjoying because I just love Subnautica. I've been watching the hell out of that. Generally, I usually watch people like Willany, Memulus, KSI, because we're like from the same town. I just watch a mix of stuff. I like watching Kenshi series a lot, or just binge watching a RuneScape series, which is really long.
So you got favourite RuneScape series at the moment that's going on?
That's a good question. That's an easy question, actually. Frank Su. Fucking love his videos, man. He has me crying every time. I just like it because it's really memey, and it's a weird like clash of culture because you don't see them style of videos on RS3 as well. So it's pretty cool. It'd be unique, I guess.
It was Morning's End 2 was his latest one, wasn't it, I think?
Yeah, he sort of broke up the run up to Prif into video. I just like it when I don't care how much progress there is. I just like the jokes. They're funny as hell, and his little edits.
To yourself, you got any future plans for any videos or anything coming up?
There's things I want to do, but they're so time consuming, and I do want to start working on my second channel more, but that's the different games and stuff, and I know they won't get as many views, and it's hard to decide how much time and how much editing I want to put into it, and I don't want it to take away from my main channel. I also really want to do like a few more old school bits, but I won't say what I'm going to do in case someone yoinks me idea, but I don't have the levels I need to do it. and then I start like grinding them out, and I get bored because it just takes so long on Old School, especially doing like second monitor. But there's a few things I want to do, but I won't share too much information.
All right. Well, I have covered pretty much everything I had to go through. So
That went really quick.
Yeah, man, that was like half hour, just got like that. So have you got any shout-outs you'd like to make? And then we'll go over to Twitch chat to see if there's any questions for you in there.
I think I've done enough shout outs lately. I don't want to water it down. I had a tip from I think it was Rice Cup actually. I love Rice Cup. He's an old school guy, and he said like that's why he doesn't do shout outs too much. I think they lose their power if you do them too much. You know, I'm definitely someone who's for shouting people out. I think like I wouldn't have got to where I was without some shout outs and some help and stuff. I think it's good to pass that down. Yeah, not anyone I want to shout out right now. I've shouted out a lot of people. I don't want to water it down.
All right, lovely. Well, let's head over and see if anyone in Twitch chat has got any questions. Okay, we've got info about why your friends were late for Runefest.
They're just flights,
They missed
different
the
flights.
flight. Yep.
I think that. Oh yeah, dude,
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Yeah, how did you know about that? And I didn't. Did someone mention it in chat?
Yeah, Nexus Vulture.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, two people were meant to meet each other at one airport, and then one of them missed their flight, and then the other one was there ages, and so on, and then they both come late. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
some airport issues.
Oh dear. Okay, so we've got hi from Ducky. Hello back. Very good usage channel points there, mate. Okay, what are your long-term plans for your Ironman series?
Oh, I gotta be honest. I want to do everything on my Ironman. I want to like do all the. I need to refine it and be like, you know, maybe I just want to do bossing, or I want to max, or I want to comp. But I kind of just want to do everything because I'm enjoying it so much. So it's just to keep going and just do as much as I can, experience as much as I can. Because there's still a lot I didn't do with my normal account as well, which I'm looking forward to doing. So yeah, I'll just take it as far as I can. Is my goal really? Do as much as I can, achieve as much as I can.
And then we've got an interesting question from Josh12794. Who would you rather meet, Prince or Hitler?
Hitler, definitely. I'd love to meet Hitler and just ask him what the fuck.
And then
how does this man's mind work? Like, what leads someone to think like that? Yeah, if he could speak English, I don't know if he could.
Yeah, I was going to say he'll just look at you blankly and not understand a word you're saying. Like...
But dude, if I could have an actual conversation and just be like, you know, in a safe environment, just be like, what the fuck is going on in your head?
And then from Sockfoot, will you be doing dedicated videos on bossing on the Ironman in the future?
What does he mean by dedicated? Like a guide? Because I think there's too many damn guides out there. There's not really space for me to start doing guides. I feel there's definitely enough guide channels. Or do you mean like just running through my experience or first look?
I don't know if it means like sort of one video for one boss, that sort of thing. Or...
I've done that in the past. I tried to keep it like mixed up. Like I tried to do either like a video where it's like loads of questing, or a video that's focused more on skilling, and I try to like rotate so it doesn't get stale if I just do like 5 videos of questing, which you probably should do on an Ironman. About 5 videos worth of questing is probably the best start. But I try to keep it like interesting.
Right.
More my experiences, he said.
Yeah.
I say I try to do that when I can. Like I just do it when it's natural. If I come across a boss and it's like I guess it'll be the next time I try a new boss. I try to give like my first-hand experience.
Do you reckon you'd ever do a hardcore or anything like that?
I've got a lot of like time left to play my Ironman. Maybe I just don't have as much of a grip with when I'm gonna die. Like my health system, like on Old School, it's more natural. I played it for longer, so I got a feeling of like I can sense, you know, that next hit's gonna kill me or whatever. It's not as easy for me on RS3 to get a feeling when I'm gonna die. I die all the bloody time on my Ironman. If that was a hardcore, like, I mean, I'm not trying to die either. So a hardcore series probably at this point wouldn't last very long, but I wouldn't write it off for the future, maybe.
And then from Ivan Sober, are you enjoying Ironman more than mainscape? I think.
Hell yes.
Yeah.
Hell yes,
I knew
definitely.
the answer to that already.
I'm glad I tried Mainscape, so I got to experience RS3 with no restrictions. But I never intended to play RS3 to like arse lick it or anything. I just wanted to be honest, like what's good, what's bad. And the main things I didn't enjoy, a lot of them have been eliminated with Ironman, so definitely enjoying it more.
Yeah. Oh, from Kafar. Any intents to wrap up the Mainscape series?
This is something I've really been struggling with lately because I want to finish it, but when I start doing things on my Ironman, I've not done on my main. If it comes to doing them on my main, it's not going to be as legit. Like it might necessarily not be a first look, and my main series is very much focused on trying things for the first time. You know, my experience with everything that's new. So I want to finish it, but I'm worried that if I start doing things on my Ironman first time, then how am I going to fit that into my main series? But I do have plans to do a few more episodes at least when grinds get long on the Ironman. And RuneScape's like sometimes I might not be able to, I'll be doing something boring for like 2-3 weeks, and I want to get some videos up, so I'll bring back the main series to fill the void. But yeah, I'm not quite sure how I'm going to balance it and keep it authentic.
Yeah, you'll have to kind of try and cover different stuff, I guess.
Yeah, I kind of want to cover everything in that series, but I'll be like, yeah, well, I've done this before, but here it is again. It's like, I don't know how to approach that. That's something I have been thinking about the last 3 days a lot.
Tyrus Helm's still the uniform. I don't get that.
It's a bit of a meme. Like, it's when I first started playing the Ironman, we come across the Tyrus helm, which is in the chart ship shop.
Yeah.
And I put it on, and it just looks so ridiculous. And I was questing with a friend as well, so he put it on. And then everyone in the stream turning up were putting it on. Hasn't really been memed on recently, though. So I don't know if it's fallen out. It's down to chat to decide the memes, I guess.
Do you enjoy your streaming? Is that something you think you'll do more of?
I love streaming. I don't want to start to hate it. If I treated it like a full-time job and I streamed like 8 hours a day, no matter what mood I was in, I would start to hate it. It would feel like a job. So I just go with the flow. I know a lot of people probably like if I had a schedule, but if I'm in a bad mood, I don't want to stream. It comes across. If I turn my stream on, I feel shitty, and I'm just like, yeah. And it's happened to me in the past. I've been in a bad mood, and I've been like, no, I need to stream. I'm trying to stream more. One dude just like got arsey with me in chat and bit his head off. Yo, fuck off, you banned. Like, I don't want to. I want to just be in a good mood whenever I stream. But I'm always doing something. I try to like just balance YouTube and streaming. So I just stream when I want.
A couple more questions. Another one from Kafar, our Desert Only Ironman, in the chat. Do you think the success of Twisted League and Jagex asking more and more about Darkscape might lead to a revival?
I think if Darkscape come back, it would be seasonal and it would be a flop. Because the old school... that's hard to explain. So, for example, like the key things you'll do on old school are realistic to do them in a week. Like, get a dragon skin, maybe grind Slayer out. Not that realistic, but people do it. Get a whip from Slayer, get your defender. But when it comes to RS3, it's like getting curses. Who's gonna want to get curses every couple of months? That's a lot of fucking quests. It's ridiculous. Like, I don't think RuneScape 3 would do well seasonal. Like Darkscape, because I just think the grinds to be like an efficient PK are just too damn long. I'd like to see it come back permanent, but I can't see that happening.
I guess unless maybe they try and alter it slightly. Like, they, obviously with Twisted League, they changed quests around a bit, XP rates.
Yeah, they did later on, yeah.
So whether they do something like that with a Darkscape thing?
I just don't think it, as much as I love Darkscape, I don't think it'd be successful if it was seasonal. I think more realistic would be something like King of the Skill, because most RS3 players are into that. If you ever saw King of the Skill as like locked Ironman account, and it was like first like highest 99 in a skill overall, I think something like that would do well. But I think a lot of people who play RS3 One of the reasons, sadly, they don't play Old School is because they don't want to start over. So again, limited game modes. Are they going to have that same attitude? Are they going to be like, I'd rather just play on my main? I don't know. It's just a different set of people when it comes to them style of games.
But I mean, I guess it depends on what you do with the XP rates, because like Far said in chat, obviously Twisted League was pretty ramped up for XP rates.
They would need to
they
would need to do what they did with Twisted League, where there's benefits to your main. There's something you'd get out of it on your main account. I think that was a good move. So people feel like it's worth it. Because a lot of people said they would have played Darkscape if they knew they got the Darks cape, that cape. Just because, it's like limited edition, you only got it if you played. Like, people are like, oh, that would have benefited my main. I would have played that. So there needs to be something like that for them sort of game modes to work.
And from Nexus Vulture again, what do you think the unannounced game made by Jagex could be? So there's lots of hires and stuff going on fairly recently for it.
If I really think about it, as much as I'd like to think it would be something like RuneScape 4 or a remaster, as much as I want consistent graphics over the whole game, a part of me thinks because of the survey, they asked a lot of questions about like a TFT auto chess style game. Like, would you guys play it? I can't remember the exact questions in the survey, but they did ask about like games of that style, like MOBAs and that. There was questions about that. They asked that for a reason, so maybe it could be a game of that style, like TFT.
There is already auto chess in RuneScape. I don't know if you know this.
Conquest.
No. If you go to the games room and you let the timer run down, it will play itself. So Drafts plays itself, Connect 4 plays itself. You can have AI play itself. Yep.
Is this like an Easter egg though?
No. It's just I don't think anyone has ever bothered because no one goes.
How do you know about that? How do you know?
Because we did it months ago. Just randomly went over there and we're like, I wonder what happens if the timer runs out, and it just moves for you.
Starts playing itself.
So you kind of you watch it do Connect 4, and it's like there's a row of 3 ready to go, and it just dumps it in the wrong channel. There's no brains behind the AI. It's amazing.
That's so strange.
It's so stupid.
Interesting though.
All right. Has anyone else in chat got any questions, or are we pretty much all wrapped up? Well, while there's a bit of dead time, I'm going to share the channel that you should go to watch various interviews from myself. I've interviewed quite a few different content creators over the past 4 or 5 months. We've got various streamers, a few artists on there, other YouTubers, a couple of cosplayers as well. Wiz Anthony, the guy that makes all the capes. I'm not sure if he made the
I've been wondering. I actually asked in the art Discord. I can never check to see if someone responded though who made the cape. I just want to say they did a good job.
Yeah, and the monolith thing as well is very cool. You're privileged to get one of those yourselves, I believe.
Dude, someone offered me $3,000 for the cape. My comment section. They were like, "I'll PayPal you $3,000." I was like, no doubt. I thought about it for a sec, but I don't know if they were trolling or if they were serious. But
oh dear, that's through PayPal as well. It could easily get refunded.
Yeah, as soon as I get it charged back. You never know.
Anyway, thank you very much for coming on, spending your evening with me.
No problem.
Thank you,
man.
Twitch chat, for your contributions towards the end. If anyone's watching this on YouTube, in future, keep an eye on the Twitter, which is twitter.com/interviewsrscc, because I'll put on there when we're going live, if we're doing live recordings like this in the future, and then obviously I'll be uploading them onto YouTube, as you've seen with this one.